Hi guys, welcome to the Money Movie Fan Channel. My name's Tyler. Today's movie review is going to be for You Should Have Left. It's the movie starring Kevin Bacon and Amanda Seyfried. I love the cast, at least those two actors. Amanda Seyfried I've been in love with since Mean Girls. She's the best. She's in a bunch of other things, Mamma Mia, that I like, so I was excited to see her. And then Kevin Bacon has done these kind of like mystery, thriller, horror vibe movies in the past really well. I always liked Flatliners, which he was in, which had a kind of creepy eeriness to it. And he was also in Stir of Echoes, which I thought was really good. So I like those two movies. I was excited for this one. It's produced by Blumhouse, so I was like, yes, let's go. I was all into it. And then it had that eerie tone to it, but it didn't live up to my expectations for what a Blumhouse movie nowadays should have been. I hold them to a higher standard because they've churned out some great movies the past 5 years or so, maybe even longer. I love Blumhouse movies. I was super excited, and this movie let me down a little. One thing I did like about the movie was the establishing shots. So when they go in like the haunted house area, they're staying in a rental place. They go in the house and they take you all throughout the house, and they're running, they're throwing their bags down. I always like that, especially in a horror movie. It's good to like set up, because I don't know about you, but I'm always like planning my escape plan. What if there was like a guy that came in here, Michael Myers, with a knife? You want to like know the exits and stuff, and this movie does a real good job of like, so you know when they're being chased down the hall or something. In a horror movie, these establishing shots give you the lay of the land a little bit, and this movie did those really good. This movie tried to do some character building. They tried to add layers to Kevin Bacon's character, Amanda Seyfried's character. They did like an underlying story of his jealousy because he's a little bit older than she is. Obviously, the actors are, and his character is self-conscious about that fact, and he gets really insecure and like protective of the relationship. And she's an actress, so he shows up on set. She's got like a love scene, and he's super jealous. He just thinks that she's gonna leave him for somebody younger because he's old, and they bring that up early on, and you're like, she calls him old man, so you're like, okay, that's kind of like in a joking way, but they did it to try to add depth, and it was kind of lazy. Like, it fell flat for me. It never really came back up, other than the fact that she eventually is revealed to be having an affair, but I mean, it could have just been because they don't get along, and not necessarily because he's old, and it was just something that they tried to throw in. This movie's based on a book, and you can kind of tell that. There were things that I feel like they didn't adapt right. I don't know, I haven't read the book, but it definitely felt like a story fit for a book, and that the movie didn't translate good as a feature film. It was more meant to be a novel or explored in the written page, and maybe that storyline with the affair and with his jealousy and that extra little layer would have played better in a book. But on screen, it didn't really sit well with me. I was kind of turned off by that. It just kind of felt shoehorned or forced. So this movie is one of those did he, didn't he kill his wife stories, and that kind of is hit or miss most of the time for me. I didn't like this movie. I wouldn't recommend that you get it unless you really want to see every Kevin Bacon movie. You love Kevin Bacon or Amanda Seyfried, you want to see every one of their movies. I would definitely say there's better things on Netflix right now. There's better things on Amazon, Hulu, all these other streaming services. Maybe check out your local drive-in. I wouldn't spend money renting this movie, which I believe is the only way you can get it on Amazon right now, is renting it. So I would not recommend this movie at all. It wasn't that bad, but it's just not worth renting. If it pops up on streaming and you want to check it out, then you can check it out. I think there was some good directing. Like I said, the establishing shots were really good. They set up tone really well. There were a couple like scary parts where I was like, oh no, don't go in there, but other than that, it was kind of like hollow, and there wasn't a reason why you were like afraid. You knew it was like in his head and a vision, and all these things weren't like really happening. That's my review for You Should Have Left, guys. If you like it, make sure you give me a thumbs up down below. Hit the like button and share this around to all your friends and family on Facebook, Twitter, all your social medias. That way they get to contribute to the conversation with us and get to join in the fun when we do our movie reviews like this. We got on Fridays, new movies being reviewed. We got retro reviews on Wednesday, and Monday is my Review the MCU series. So make sure you tune in for those guys, and I will see you in the next video.